Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fantasy Fiends podcast. Damn, it's been a while. Boy, I missed you. You are looking great. Did you lose weight? Did your boobs get bigger?
Stevie, what's on your head?
That is a large purple phallus from an elephant.
Where did you get this thing, Stevie?
I bought it off of Amazon for $20. 22, actually.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is it from anything in specific, or it's just like generic wizard hat?
I made sure it was generic. That was the thing.
Ah, boo.
The only other ones were from either Harry Potter, the choosing hat, and the other one was it was Mickey Mouse, and I refused to get a Mickey Mouse one though. That's that gay shit.
Yeah, that's.
Oops. Oops.
And we're off to a roaring start.
I did not mean to say that. That's just me coming out right there. I do not want that. Oops. I don't want that part of my brand.
Yeah. So it looks like we had a special guest schedule as the description details, but I was fairly certain he might not make it, so we're gonna have to reschedule him on for another podcast, maybe next week or something. But we're gonna hang out, Stevie and I, shoot the beep, and just have a fun episode today, talking about whatever nonsense Stevie's gonna throw at us. 3, 2, 1, go, Stevie.
Wait, what was I supposed to talk about?
I don't know. Whatever kind of nonsense you can think of. But I guess share us the cool thing of your week.
The cool thing of my week is I actually started streaming, and my expectations were for it to be pretty low, just because streaming is just like the author business. It's there's so many people, and but the only thing that makes streaming different for me is actually I get to be there and talk and speak and show off my personality. And I wasn't sleeping well at night because I just had all this pent up energy and I wanted to play some video games, but I worked too damn much. So I started waking up earlier and getting my video games done. But I was like, you know what? Why don't I stream and get that little bit of energy out of me? And I was like, but can I really talk for 3 hours straight? And the answer is overall, yes. Yes, I can. And I don't want to get off when I have to start working. And my buddies,
you don't want to get off when you have to. Phrasing, Stevie.
What did I say? I don't even remember.
Get off when you have to.
Oh, yeah. I always get off when I need to. Sometimes when I don't have to, and that's usually in trains or subways.
And that's why your girlfriend's mad at you right now?
That's exactly why. She's in the other room pouting. But man, it's been so long. What else has been going on? I have the 5th book coming out pretty soon. I finished it. I finished it, actually.
Woohoo! When's it coming out?
August 6th.
August 6th. Nicely done. That's just, 3 weeks from now?
Yep, and I just have to edit it. 50 pages are edited and to the editor. And and I think they started production on the audiobook as well this month.
Oh, with Podium?
Yes, with Podium. So
nice.
That's really cool.
Did they tell you who the narrator was?
Yeah, his name's... Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Kevin. Okay. Kevin something. His name's Kevin. But, they sent me the reel, and I'm not allowed to share that. That's what that is. Rebecca says pouting and washing the stuff. That's right. And making me a sandwich. I'll be making her a sandwich later. That's pretty much it for me. I'm going to a convention next week for my mom's spinal problems. And so I'm doing that. I won't be able to stream at all, which I'm sad about, but I'll be getting a lot of editing done. And I think that's it for me. What about you? I know you went on some fancy dancy hoity-toity retreat.
Yeah, Illuminati level secrecy.
That's what it feels like.
I know. Well, before I get into that, next week, what days are you going to be at this convention?
Oh, Monday through Friday. But I will be able to do a podcast on Thursday.
Yeah?
Just on my phone.
Okay, good. Awesome. Okay, so this writer's retreat that I went to, it's a very informal thing organized by some indie authors, and it was held in Virginia. And it was such a nice time getting away from the usual convention style of things. Like, there were no big panels. We had some informal discussions and things. But it was basically 3 or 4 days of a bunch of authors sitting around and doing and talking author stuff. So obviously there were fun and games. I played some awesome new board games like Blood Rage and a few other ones whose names I can't remember. So that was really nice getting to play board games because I don't have anybody in my life who's geeky enough for those kind of games. But then there was archery, which I found out I'm surprisingly good at, and that was fun. And then there was knife and axe throwing, which was tons of fun. I mastered the axe throwing on the first day and did not do so well at the knife throwing, but who's counting? And I got to cook tacos for everybody, which was awesome. And it was just a really nice time hanging out, chilling, relaxing. There were a few interesting conversations about book stuff, book launch things, secrets that we were all sharing with each other. And then I came up with a very, very interesting idea that I will be kicking down the street for the next few months, figuring out the ins and outs. But this is something that could radically change the way that people can get access to authors' books. I'm not going to spoil it anymore.
Wait, repeat that. It's something you're doing?
It's something that I am going to be working on with the goal of having it ready to launch, big Kickstarter, big release, or launch around this time next year. That's the goal.
Wow. Yeah. That sounds freaking awesome. Just you, or do you have like venture people, angel investors?
So far it's just me. This idea that I came up with is the convention. We were discussing it, and there's a lot of interest, but most people are like, if you build it, we will come. So for me, I'm going to spend the next few months, the next year or so, probably building it, learning all the ins and outs, getting everything set up with the goal of having it ready to launch no later than this time next year. It's a massive endeavor, like massive. But if it works, it's, as far as I know, there is nothing of its kind available in the book and author space. So it's got the potential to be super awesome. More details to follow as I figure it all out and as things move down, because I'm definitely going to be needing help from awesome people to make it happen.
Hey, can I put my name in there? I love big ventures and big dicks.
And he ruined it.
I don't. I've been streaming so much. I become a little potty mouth, a little nasty.
Yeah.
Look like I'm in my mom's basement or something with the light coming down this way. It just doesn't seem right. Oh, yeah. And I forgot to say real quick that Rajin and Rashawn have been hanging out with me on the Twitch stream, and it's been super fun. I learned everything about them. If I didn't want to know.
Interesting,
dude. That's really cool about what you're doing. From what you're saying, it sounds like you're doing the next Amazon.
Definitely not on that scope, but it's something that could definitely be very interesting for people who use Amazon and for people who use other platforms too. It's something that I hope sort of changes the game for a lot of authors, but we'll see what happens. Again, I have zero business experience. I have zero savvy in most of the things that are going to need to be done to make this work. So it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of research and learning, but I'm excited because it's, there was a time, I think 4 or 5 years ago, when I had this awesome idea for an app, and I don't remember what the idea was because I never really did anything with it. So I've never, I've spent a lot of time looking into and researching and learning the author business, but this is something else sort of adjacent to or parallel to it, something that could be an amazing business model that could work, could go interesting places if I can figure it all out. And Stevie is totally not listening because he left.
No, I'm here. I was just fixing the lights. I really felt like I just looked weird. Already, it's too weird with we both have white backgrounds. We need some color or something. Are you gonna need a coder and shit?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Web designer, coding, webmaster, all kinds of stuff. But it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but what I can tell you is I can do your commercials. Serious though, I could do something like that. Yeah,
totally. If this was a product about with foolishness.
People need foolishness in their life.
That's true.
I love that I'm actually letting people talk now because of my mic. I just click a tiny button. Look, check this out. Hello. Was that cool? I can't tell. Could people hear that? Yeah,
They could. They could.
awesome. So we have what do we have? We have Rebecca, we have Rashan, and I think we have AF Stewart. I always forget her
Yeah,
first.
Anita.
Anita. I
And
need to remember your name.
bad Stevie.
It was bad. You need a spray bottle.
I totally do a virtual spray bottle. Oh, like I can get pepper spray and wire it to like an if this then that app. Just like
That
have
would
it spray you.
They need more cool stuff on Google Hangouts.
Yes, they
Like
do.
little games and stuff.
Like the pepper spray app.
Yeah, no, exactly. But so this retreat you went on, was it just to like talk author stuff or just hang out and do cool stuff? And how did Michael come up, like, have all that cool stuff ready? Did he just put a lot of money into this retreat?
Well, no, so
Did you have to pay for it?
It was at his place. He hosted us at his place, and he's got all this kind of stuff set up because he's a fantasy author too. So he likes doing all the shooting stuff. Him and his brother were actually teaching us how to shoot and how to throw knives and stuff like that. So everything was already there, set up. It's a beautiful place, beautiful ranch. It was a ton of fun. But something else cool that just happened. So the other day, a fan messaged me and say, "Hey, the Queen of Thieves series is no longer available on Amazon." I go and I look, and it's not. What's cool about this is that earlier this year, I wrote the publisher of the Queen of Thieves series and said, you know what, it might be better that I get the rights back. At October was when the contract expired, but then I said, is there any chance I can get it earlier, because I wanted to release it before the Silent Champions, like fit it in. So then they were so wonderful. They were like, oh yes, absolutely. The Kindle Unlimited period expires now. Like I think it's expired already, or at the end of June, beginning of July. So now they took down the books. They're taking it down from all of their various websites, and they're going to give me the rights back, and I'm going to launch them all super fast, like 1 week after the other in August.
Dude, that's awesome. It's just like that's the best thing about being an author, is that you get all these products and you can just start recycling them at a certain point, because a year from now, no one's going to know about the Bizarre Blades. No one's going to know Andy Peliquin's Hero of Darkness stuff. And, you just pull that shit and you put that shit back on and you do the hokey pokey and you steal the money. Okay.
Well, see, this is the reason that I continue to write every series set in the same world, is that people love that kind of interconnected storylines. I've got people who went and read the Heirs of Destiny series, and then they found out that there were more. Then they went back and read them. They're like, "Holy crap, this is awesome!" Or people who read Hero of Darkness, or who even read The Last Bucellari, and then saw that the series was retitled and relaunched, and they went and read it, and they found out there's now 18 books, all set in the same world with characters that cross over, and they're just like, "This is awesome!" And so it's very, very fun to be able to do this. There are some limitations. Like if I'm going to introduce magic into the world in bigger and more creative ways, I've got to make sure to do it right. But they're like, there's no ends to what I can do within this world. So it's such a fun challenge to see if I can find ways to tie everything in together and make it matter. Like I've found out a way now where the hunter in his mission after Darkblade Savior can actually go across the ocean and meet whichever of the Silent Champions survive the final battle. How awesome is that?
Dude, that is freaking awesome. I love it. I love it. I think I've actually learned, no, I'm not saying what you did is a mistake, but I've learned from you wanting to have done stuff. So that's why the Bizarre Blades is already set up for everything else that I write goes into that world. Besides, but the Wicked Whips is going to end it there, though. I don't want to write any more in the world. I'm actually, after the Wicked Whips, I'm going to write something a little bit more dark. Well, actually, a lot darker, and a lot darker humor and stuff like that. So
none of the BDSM that we're going to get in Wicked Whips.
There could be some BDSM. This book would definitely have BDSM.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just don't know if a public or a podium would want it.
Yeah, that's always the risk.
I think I'm so excited for them to have to read the Bizarre Blades, because it would be so funny to see the Kevin's face when he gets a certain, as you would say, Rubbish, nonsense. You say nonsense when he gets to certain pieces of nonsense. It's gonna be great, and he's gonna have to say it in that beautiful British accent of his. And he is British, so
Okay. You know, I've been listening to a lot of fantasy audiobooks lately, and I found that I don't like American accents in fantasy. Like when the narrator is American, it just feels like it feels wrong. It takes me out of it.
yeah, you warned me against that. I thought it was like a known thing, you know.
It's my thing.
Oh, I thought it was like a thing where everyone had to have a British voice.
No.
Ah, what the hell? But you know what? I didn't tell them I wanted the British voice. They just got that for me.
Okay, good. Yeah, no, when I've been asked, I've told them I need it to be a British voice.
I think it's actually nicer. I on the reel that I got, he said an aquatic animal. I didn't know the Britons said aquatic. Aquatic. It was an aquatic animal, which was wonderful.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
the only problem with writing something like the Bizarre Blades is it's so different that you get old hoagies. They don't even have to be old, they're just hoagies. And you know, it's something different that they haven't seen before, but they don't like different. And that is what I'm getting from
Wait. Did you say old hoagies?
is it old fogies or old hoagies?
Yes. So a hoagie is a sandwich.
Well, then they're still old hoagies though.
Yes, that means a sandwich that's gone stale from sitting on the cupboard in the cupboard for too long,
Wouldn't
Stevie.
that still make sense though? They're still stale. Stale. Still stale.
Yeah, but you don't say that.
It's a new thing now.
Stevie.
Andy.
You
It's been
can't
too long, huh?
you can't dress up a pig and call it madam. That's not how it works. If you're going to use these expressions, you got to use them right.
All right, old fogies. How about that, Andy? Is it really fogey though?
100% fogey.
Well, okay. Well, I still knew it. I really hope I didn't call anybody an old hoagie in my book.
Oh, no, I've got to write that into a story somehow.
You should. We should write each other into our stories, and then it would probably end our friendship.
That would be hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
that's gonna be your goal for writing the Wicked Whips is finding a way to write a character like me into your book, and I'll do that with either the Future Hero of Darkness books or the Bounty Hunter series, whichever one I can do next.
Dude, I would be honored to be a character in your book. That would be awesome.
Whether he dies or not all depends on how ridiculous you are on the podcast. Like every week, it's the sword of Damocles looming over your head.
It's very true. Damn it. You know what? Damn it. Damocles is like one of my favorite names. I wanted to name my next husky Damocles.
Why?
Because it's thug, but there's no nickname for it that's good enough. You just call him Dama or Cleese. It just doesn't work. Or Damn. Spartacus, it was easy. It was Sparta or Spart.
Rebecca says that I'm already in the Bizarre Blades, and I said,
let me guess.
As Bryce.
No, as Silver. or you know, it could be a mixture of Silver and Nora Jade. Interesting. So you're just a big douchebag, Andy. No, I'm kidding. No, Jade is Lisa's favorite character.
Okay, why?
Because she says it's how she would handle decisions. Very objective driven. And she doesn't let anything else get in the way. No tangents like me. So she does a very good job of keeping me grounded as well. And I do a good job of, let's say, pulling her through the clouds and into space every now and then. And that's called mushrooms, people. That's called mushrooms.
What?
Andy, have you done shrooms before?
I have not.
I thought you were going to say I have.
No, I'm not opposed to it. I've just never had the opportunity.
You're not opposed?
No.
Dude, I'd be scared shitless.
Why?
Crapless. What is this PG? I don't remember anymore. Why would I be scared? Because as fantasy authors, we'd probably trip balls, dude, to be eaten by dragons. And I got to put a filter on. I want to put you all in my series now. Yeah, let's like put us all in a series and make us addicted to to mushrooms. Can you be addicted to shrooms?
No, you can't.
I
But
didn't
what you can be, you can have the psychological dependence on any substance.
Ooh, painkillers.
Well, no. So there's a difference between the the physiological addiction to things like
Mhm.
nicotine, or like the headache you get when there's caffeine. But
Yeah,
then some people, they grow dependent on the way that they feel when they're on it. Like, let's say they're stressed and they have a glass of wine. The
yeah.
way that they feel after, they feel relaxed, they feel happy, they become dependent on it psychologically. They live a super anxious life. Weed helps to calm them down. They start depending on that substance for that feeling of calmness, and that becomes a psychological dependence. Most people will talk about things like that and say, "Oh, it's not addictive," but it isn't. It's not physically addictive, but it is psychologically addictive.
I feel like it would be a huge pain in the ass to be addicted to shrooms, though, or to have that dependencies every night. You just gotta pop them in and enjoy the ride. Buckle up. Uh, yeah. So Rebecca, what? I need a new victim. Okay, so Andy, we're gonna be victims in Rebecca's book, and apparently, I would make a good character to Frankie's cousin. He must be one sexy big nose wizard. I'm telling you. This doing the streams, like, so I play Elder Scrolls Online on the stream, and every
Mhm.
time we get a quest, I just read the quest instead of the person. So it'd be so cool to be like scouted for a voice acting thing, but in irony, or in, just, I'm not doing a good job. They don't think I'm doing a good job. It's just you're doing a bad job, and that's funny. Question: Is contrived humor funny?
Sometimes, but not usually, because it's
Okay,
contrived.
yeah, but I've noticed that when jokes are like known, like they're set up and you see it coming and then it happens, I think that's funny.
So there are ways to do that, to do the inevitable joke. It's sort of like leading the character into a battle. You know the battle's coming, but it's the setup that makes the execution of it, hit or miss.
Mm, that's
And
probably what I'm talking about then.
yeah, so it's like a joke like that that's obviously coming. It can still be funny because it's inevitable, and
Mhm.
there is sort of a grim humor about it. Like, so they say that comedy is all about the unexpected, right?
Yeah.
So you set up a line and then you say something that's against it, or that's one of the classic ways of setting up jokes, is by getting the reader's expectation somewhere and then changing it out in a humorous way.
You make writing sound very difficult.
It is.
It is difficult. It is, but I go by how I just don't think about it. It just happens. And I feel sorry for people that have to think about it. I feel like you do the same though. You don't have to think about it. It just pours through your fingers and
Well, so there's a difference between not thinking about it and like just letting it flow, and with practice and experience comes a sort of confidence. Like, I absolutely overthink everything I write, but
really.
there comes a point where it's like, all right, I've already written this style of scene so many times, so I don't need to worry about it. Like, for example, travel scenes. How much detail do you need? What's too much,
Mm,
too little?
yeah.
What am I giving enough? Am I putting enough conflict in the terrain? Am I, dealing everything right? And if you lose yourself in that, you can really get lost in that rabbit hole of perfection. So there comes a point when you're like, all right, so the characters traveled a mile, and it traveled a mile in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's believable. 10 minutes later, here's what happened. Or, they've been writing for a day and nothing happens. You say, the day passed uneventfully. It's not the best writing in the world, but it's stuff that people are used to. So it's
That's a
like,
Dungeons Dragon thing right there. The day
yeah,
passed uneventfully.
yeah. And it does happen. It does happen that there are days, like, for example, my Silent Champions characters. In the morning, the Captain Erevan wakes up and he's got some psychological issue he's wrestling with. And all I have to say is he wrestled with it throughout the day, and even by nightfall, he hadn't come to terms with it. I don't have to get into all the nitty gritty of what he's wrestling with until I find the solution to it, or
Yeah.
whatever. So there's a lot of things that you kind of learn to do, and you kind of like, okay, I'm just going to write this because there are other more important things to take my mental energy. You've only got so much energy to spend on these things. So if you
Mhm.
bleed into every single word. There are some authors who do that. Don't get me wrong. There are some authors who make every word just absolutely perfect, and those are the ones who will often have masterpieces. But I'm not trying for a masterpiece. I'm not trying for something that will go down in literary history as a paragon of awesome. I'm going for something that connects with readers on a visceral level, and that down in history, there will be readers who say, "Oh my God, this was my favorite book," or "This was my grandfather's favorite book, and I read it and I loved it too." Like, it's a different approach to things.
That's funny. I like how you say a visceral approach, or a visceral feeling for the reader. Mine is campfire storytelling is kind of the way I like to do it, where I could just, if, let's say my son or my daughter, they're like, "Oh, this happened at school today." And I'm like, "Oh, I actually wrote a scene like that. Let me tell you about it, little Susie." I don't know. It's probably a bad example, but that's how I go about it. If the story is fun for me and it's frolicky and then someone's head gets cut off, it's a good story. But of course I go further than that. It's not just crappy storytelling, but I don't know. It's just like campfire storytelling is how I do it. Our styles, dude, are just so different. So different. I read your stuff and like, oh my God, I'm doing things wrong. And then I get behind the keyboard and I'm like, I can't do it. And so I read a Fiends joke.
Everybody's got their own way of doing things, and none of them are necessarily right or wrong. It's just it's all about how you connect with your readers. In the end, that's what matters.
It's funny whenever I email you, I'm like, "Dude, I got a bad review. I'm gonna quit. I go home to my mommy." And you're like, "Dude, go look at Lies of Locklemore. Go look at Harry Potter. Look at their 1 stars, and they're like heart-wrenching. They're terrible." Especially for the guy who wrote The Sword of Shannara. I mean, he copied that shit directly from Lord of the Rings and just got annihilated with the reviews, but still was successful. It's really good stuff. That's what I usually do. But yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about? I've been doing a question of the day on streaming, and I think it's really fun. We should start coming up with the questions of the day.
We used to do word of the day, and then neither of us came up with it. So that
I ran out of words. The word of the day is the. That's funny. That's funny stuff. I guess. What are y'all talking about over here? Oh man, I keep forgetting this is a podcast and not just a YouTube show. You still there? Okay.
Yeah. Just answering the comments.
I love it. It's kind of like Twitch where you're able to talk. I have a second monitor now, which has made life so much easier for me. So, because I can look at your beautiful face, and it's hard to think that you had a shaved beard at one point, because now you have the Thanor. What's his name? The guy from Avengers 4 or whatever.
Thor?
No, Thanos. Thanos. You have the Thanos beard going on.
Thanos doesn't have a beard.
Yeah, but he has that shape of chin.
He's got a butt chin.
Well, I'm not saying you have a butt chin. You don't have a crack. You have the shape.
How is a full beard the same as the Thanos 3 groove chin?
I don't know. I feel like I'm looking. Where is your webcam?
It's on top of my laptop screen.
Okay, it looks like you're looking directly at me.
I am, Steven. I'm looking into your soul.
Yeah, if you get a RTF microphone or whatever they're called, you can hook it up to a soundboard and like do funny voices.
Yeah, I don't really do that kind of stuff. I've got other things to occupy my time, like writing.
I want to do that. Yeah, I
do that.
But I do have an announcement. I am dropping down from 5,000 words a day to 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I felt like my quality was suffering, and I have way too many other businesses to take care of. So, in fact, I just opened up another one.
Is that the watch one?
Yeah. How'd you know about the watch one?
I'm still on your Facebook ad account.
Oh, yeah, it totally sucks too. Like, it is not going well at all.
It is what it is.
You just got to try things, but I'm going to keep trying. And then after I think $200 ad spend, like $200 ads anywhere, Google, Facebook, I'm just going to be like, screw this, But anyway, question of the day is how many, I actually, Rashawn answered this already, and that's how many pills can you swallow?
in
It's a good
one
question.
in
Yeah,
one
in like
mouthful?
one take, in one take.
I don't know, 20, 30.
You're lying.
I've never tried it.
So you don't have pills of the day that you have to take like vitamins and stuff?
No.
Oh, I have like a buttload that I have to take, zinc, magnesium, or not have to. I just do it for weightlifting purposes. But I was just taking them one day and it felt like I was just like eating a bucket of oatmeal or something. And it was like a ton. I was like, you know what? That's a good question. And you're not answering it. You don't know.
Well, you see, I've never taken that many pills in one day. So
You're one of those healthy people that doesn't need pills.
no, I'm just never. It's not one of the things that I've ever done. So
Aren't you like on you don't drink that much caffeine? You have like a cup in the morning or something?
I drink coffee 3 or 4 times a week. I do drink like hot chocolate with a little bit of caffeine in it a few more times a week, and then I have yerba mate. But I try not to have solid caffeine because, like for example, on this trip that I was just on to the retreat, there was coffee in the morning, but it's not like I it was all the time there. So if I had been addicted to coffee, I'd be super grumpy, and I'd need coffee, and then I'd be angry. But I don't want to do that. I want to be chill.
Dude, I like do 600 milligrams a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I took too much today actually from cold brew coffee. It's like I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is my heart beating out of my chest? And I go and look, it was concentrated cold coffee. So
Oh wow.
I just thought it was like really dark coffee or something. No, I almost died.
Wow.
So
See, what I want is for the coffee to work. When
mm,
I take it, I want it to work. I want to get that rush to where I write really fast and really good.
yeah, that makes sense.
So if I took it all the time, I wouldn't get that. It would just be, I'm just sipping my coffee and nothing's happening. And then it would be exhausting.
Yeah, for me, it's just I have to have coffee to live.
And that for me is it goes against everything I believe in.
That's
That
right.
that reliance on something.
So I just got some news. Mandalorian season 2 has been confirmed.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I just got the little confirmation. So that is good news for all us Star Wars fans. In fact, I don't know if you could tell, but I kind of like the stuff.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see it because it's got Pablo Pascal, who
Mhm.
I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and he's always really, really solid as an actor.
I've only seen him in Game of Thrones.
He was in Narcos, which is
Yeah.
a really popular show. He was in that one. He was in this other movie with Ben Affleck, and a bunch of other people. It was basically a bunch of spec ops soldiers go and do a heist. They rip off a drug kingpin in
That actually
Colombia.
sounds really good.
It's called Triple Frontier. It's a Netflix movie.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one. Or
Yeah.
it sounds familiar to me. Wait,
It was
Rebecca, what's
it
up?
was a bit grim, dark. Like it was dark, but it was good.
Well, he looks very he looks like a Mandalorian. The Pascal or whatever his name is. Yeah,
Well, you don't know
Pascal.
what a Mandalorian is, Stevie.
He Mandalorians are dark skinned people or olive. I would describe them as like Greek skinned people. Wait, Rebecca, do you really drink 45 cups of coffee? I don't know how to take you sometimes. I don't know if you're like just being I don't know. There's people out there who just drink tremendous amounts of caffeine. Just put me to
And
shame.
there are people who drink like 3 or 4 cups of that Death Wish stuff.
What is Death Wish?
It's the strongest coffee in the world.
What? I gotta look this up right now.
Yeah.
Death Wish coffee.
I have no idea how good it tastes, but it's got like 4 or 5 times the caffeine of regular coffee, or even more. I'm not sure. But it's supposed to be the strongest coffee in the world.
I'm looking up caffeine amount. Hey, they have K pods of this stuff. 54 milligrams caffeine per fluid ounce. So that's so if you drink a cup of coffee of Death Wish, you're getting 600 plus milligrams. Oh my god. That's what I take in a day, and I thought it was too much.
It is too much.
It's seriously a Death Wish. They probably have to put warning signs, or is the logo the warning sign?
The logo is skull and crossbones.
Oh, they do have the warning sign on the side. I see that now. Yeah. World's strongest coffee. What a great idea. See, that's a great idea. That's better than my watch business. If you're interested in what Andy's talking about, here it is. Prism Perfect watches. Go buy one, you scallywags. No. That's how we got started with you never know what's gonna stick. So, but yeah, I just love the. Okay, now I'm going on a tangent. Andy, is there anything else you'd like to talk about today?
That is all.
We just came on air to entertain some people while I think Rebecca and Rajin. I was going to say Rebecca and Rashawn. Rebecca and Rajin, I think they have dinner and they watch. It's kind of like we're their Game of Thrones. I want to make a pun there. Game of Stones, Game of Bones. There we go.
Boo, Stevie.
Boo. 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 I'm going to start saying that. Boo.
Do you ever watch Futurama?
Dude, I love Futurama. I don't watch it anymore, but I used to.
You were bad and you should feel bad.
Is that a quote?
That was a Bender quote. It was in one of the episodes, I think, where Fry's on trial for something. And he shouts that you were bad and you should feel bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesome quotes from Futurama that I love.
Yeah.
We do get sad when you guys don't show up on Thursdays. Dude, I'm so sorry, Rajin. I can't believe we didn't tell them we were not coming on air. We really need to change the Fantasy Fiends podcast to a group, I feel, because the page doesn't show everybody, I don't think.
I thought we did say that we weren't going to be on last week.
I don't remember. I know I didn't do anything.
No, because the episode we had 2 weeks ago, I said that I was going to be traveling to this retreat, so we weren't going to come on.
Yeah, I guess it just got lost in the vortex.
In the verse.
In the universe. There was something else I wanted to... Oh, did you sleep over there?
I did sleep, yes.
Is it like a mansion or something? I can't...
It's a ranch. No, we stayed at an Airbnb nearby.
Oh, just you, or did the wife go?
No, just me. She couldn't get away from work. But it's good because she probably would have been pretty bored. A bunch of authors talking author stuff.
Did Chris Fox go?
No, he's not part of our Illuminati.
Yeah, is it just fantasy?
It's all fantasy.
Okay. What if you write fantasy and sci-fi?
Then you are a pariah and deserve to be shunned.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I don't know. How many people were there?
12.
Dang.
It was off and on because there were some of us who got there, Thursday, and we kind of hung out, and then more people came Friday, and then Saturday was the big day when a lot of people were there, and then some people left, Saturday, others Sunday.
Okay.
It was a very informal thing. Our good friend John Kang was there.
Dude, I bet he was awesome to hang out with.
He was, and I was better at archery than him.
Really?
Yes.
You would think he would have pulled out some ninja or samurai skills. That sounds racist.
Don't you dare say samurai to a Chinese person.
Kung fu skills. I forgot he was trying. I couldn't remember.
Oh, no, he married a Japanese woman, so
see, he should be a samurai kung fu master then.
Yeah, no.
I think I'm like I'm dancing on the edge of racism and funny. But some people like racism.
No one likes racism.
KK likes racism. Okay, let's move on from racism.
I think that's it for tonight before Stevie drags us any further down. So our guest tonight is going to be rescheduled on the podcast at some point. I'm not 100% certain, especially with Stevie traveling to this convention. Hopefully next week we'll be able to get him back on to do the discussion topic that we were supposed to talk about tonight. And then next Thursday, we've got another guest who I should know offhand, but I do not. So we'll definitely have another episode next Thursday. Thank you so much. Stevie, stop that.
I didn't know if you were looking at the screen or not.
I purposely ignored you right up until you started flashing me.
I thought you were looking at some other screen. So I was just making everybody happy on the other side.
Ruining our evenings.
We have Monkey here.
Looking very pleased to be on camera.
You know what she does is she comes in and she lays right here while I'm trying to write. Only when I'm trying to write. Take a look at that.
Why, Stevie?
Because that's all she does. Is she just comes. This is seriously what she does when I'm trying to write. Oh, monkey butt. And Roswell tore up my shit. Roswell's is a subject for another day. Okay, Andy, are you ready to me and Monkey are ready to turn this shiznit off?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, Andy, man, I missed you, buddy. It's been so long.
I know it's been weird not getting my weekly Stevie fix.
It's too much. When we get off air, I'm just like a normal, regular, boring person. Not really.
No.
Maybe not.
Anybody who's read a sentence you've strung together would know that.
It's a good ability. It's a good ability. And I blame my family trying stem cells on me when I was a child. Not the classic way where they inject it into the stomach before I'm born, but they made me eat it in my egg whites. And on that note, we're going to end it today. I'm sorry we didn't have our guest author, but we did hang out. We hope you enjoyed our topics such as cat buttholes, penises, and as well as drinking. I was going to say drinking semen. Drinking, what's it called? Steroids? What did I just say? Stem cells. Stem cells. And that is it for us tonight. Andy, thank you so much for stopping by. You've been a great guest author. So we will see you guys next week on Thursday with Michael J. Sullivan. Hopefully, is it not Michael?
Yep, hopefully.
Okay, hopefully with Michael next week. Yeah, and Dino Erotica, that's my next book. Do a reading from Andy's book. Yeah, we should have done that, Andy.
Which book? I have so many.
He's got a abundance. An abundance.
We'll do that. Oh, so when we do the relaunch of the Queen of Thieves, we'll do that. And then when we do the Silent Champions, we'll do that as well. Boom.
Dude, that sounds like a blast. And if we can't do it that Thursday, we'll just reschedule for like a Tuesday or something.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for showing up, all 6 of you. We really appreciate you, dogs. If you hit that like button, I will give you a Cleveland steamer. So look it up, Andy.
No, I'm not going to.
Look it up. Rebecca's like, I don't have to look it up. I don't have to. Rajeen's like, I don't have to. Rashawn, I've already done it. Okay. Sorry, Anita. I don't want to include you in this. All right, that is it for the Fantasy Fiends podcast. From Andy and I, we love you so much. We'll see you Thursday, and I will be in Philadelphia getting me a Philly cheesesteak. So, all right, guys, see you next week.
Bye.